happy Sunday. It is such a beautiful, lovely day in LA today. I have my passion fruit tea. I came to Starbucks on my way home from Mass, and I was going to get a coffee, but then this lady inspired me. She had a tea. I said, "Oh, I'll get a tea." So she just told me, she goes, "I love your outfit." I said, "Thank you so much." I said, "I love your hat." And I said, "You inspired me to get a tea." And she's like, "Yeah, the weather is just beautiful." So I said, "Yeah, I'm going to come sit out here and make a video for you all, hopefully an inspiring video. I'll pray that it'll be, I already did pray that it'll be inspiring." So anyway, Mass was just lovely and beautiful. It was our Bishop Wilkerson, and I always talk about it. I just love my parish so much. I love the fact that we have four faithful priests. One's a bishop, one's a monsignor, one's an associate pastor, and one's a pastor. And whoever walks down the aisle in the morning, I just know it's going to be an amazingly inspiring Mass, inspiring homily, beautiful faith-filled liturgy, and I just love it. And the lectors are great, the choir's great, and everybody is just so faithful and so welcoming and so friendly and loving, and I just love my parish very much. And I do pray for the day when my daughters will want to come with me. As of right now, they don't want to. They're going to a Christian church, and that's fine. They went last night, and I guess they go for like the teen youth or something, some special service they go to. So I don't go to that with them. It's at a Christian church, but I do pray for the day that they will want to join me at my parish, which they were baptized Catholic. They are Catholic, and a couple of times they said, "Well, I'm not Catholic, I'm Christian." I'm like, "Sweetie, unless you get excommunicated by Pope Francis, you're Catholic." So anyway, but they still, I gave them rosaries for Christmas, and Grace she put a rosary on around her neck the other day, and then she hung it on her mirror. So at least they have traces of their Catholic faith. They're gonna, as soon as they decide that they want to make the sacraments of First Holy Communion and First Penance, they're going to just fall so in love with their Catholic faith and so in love with Jesus, the way that I did when I was a little girl. When I was in second grade, I feel like I've come full circle, because I'll tell you, the parish that I'm at now is dedicated to Our Lady of Lourdes, who appeared to Saint Bernadette and said that she was the Immaculate Conception. And it was interesting because Bernadette was just a poor young girl, not very educated. I mean, I think she went to school, but she wasn't educated in the Catholic faith. And I believe she had told her to go to the bishop, or to go to the bishop and tell him that she appeared to her. And she appeared to her several times in a grotto, actually in Lourdes. And I need to either watch the movie or read the book again, because it's such an inspiring story, and I don't want to give you misinformation. But from what I remember years ago learning about her, I think that Our Lady appeared to her and told her to start digging in the ground, so she did, and then springs of water came bubbling up, and it was healing. Well, I know that for sure, because now at Lourdes, people go from all over the world to travel to Lourdes to get holy bottles of healing water, and they're healed by the waters there because of their faith, not just the water. But so many people have been healed there in Lourdes of their illnesses, of major illnesses, too, or just spiritual healing, whatever it is they're dealing with. But Our Lady appeared to her there, and she also did say that I'm the Immaculate Conception, meaning that she was conceived without sin. So the bishop, when he heard that, he was like, whoa, he knew that this was coming from Our Lady and not just Bernadette just saying this, because how would she know that Our Lady was the Immaculate Conception, that she was immaculately conceived? Before I give any more information, I'm gonna watch the movie again. I watched it years ago, or I could order a book. Maybe I'll order a book and read the book of Our Lady of Lourdes and Bernadette's story. But anyway, it's just very, very beautiful that I've come full circle, that I'm now at a parish dedicated to Our Lady of Lourdes, and I was made my first Holy Communion and first penance at St. Bernadette Parish in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And when I was in second grade, from what I remember anyway, I don't remember every single little detail, but I do remember my uncle Andy giving me a saint book. And actually Mary was on the front of it. It said, what was it? I forget what it was called, like something like the Holy Saints of the Church or something like that, of the Catholic Church. And Our Lady, Queen of the Angels, was sitting on her throne with all the saints around her. It was a yellow book. I still have, well, I gave it to my daughters. They have it. Anyway, I wanted to be a saint. I wanted to be a saint when I was in second grade. And when I learned about the saints in second grade in my first Holy Communion class, I wanted to become a saint. And that has stayed with me throughout my entire life. Even in high school, when I wasn't really as vocal about my Catholic faith as I am now, and I wasn't really proclaiming it in this way, I really wanted to be a saint someday. So anyway, but it's just a lovely day, and I'm going to go spend it with my precious girls, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So anyway, that's all for now, really. I hope that you have an amazing rest of the day, and know that, like what Bishop Wilkerson was saying, you know, the gospel is actually good news. It's considered to be and called good news. So he says we're all called to be prophets, you know, and in our baptism we are consecrated to be prophet, king, and priest. So I guess I'm a priestess and a prophetess and a queen. So yeah, but I feel very, very called to continue to spread the good news with the world. And I don't really know where God's calling me with that, but I could see myself down the road having some kind of a ministry with my precious daughters. They're getting so into their faith. And see, it's not about if they're going to a Catholic church right now or a Christian church. Like I said, at some point they're going to want to make the sacraments, the first communion and first reconciliation. And I don't want to push them because I don't want to push them away, but I do keep planting seeds that hopefully they will want to. But they're learning about God nevertheless, and learning about Jesus at this Christian youth group that they're going to. And I got them their beautiful diamond-esque crosses for Christmas that they're so proudly wearing. And I can see them growing in their faith already. And even still, they're growing in their Catholic faith. I mean, Grace the other day was on a roller coaster at Six Flags, and she called me. She was stuck on top of the roller coaster, and she's like, "Mom, I'm stuck." I'm like, "Oh my gosh," the ride stopped. And then the phone cut off, and then she called me when she was fine. She called me when she got down, and she's like, "Mom, I was screaming." She goes, "I was praying so loud, 'Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus." She was praying. So yeah, you know, you can't take Catholicism out of a Catholic girl. Once you're baptized, you're always Catholic. So they're going to come back to it. So with that being said, you know, I think that they're teenage. Well, Audrey's a teenager. Audrey's 13. Grace is a tween. Grace is going to turn 12 in April, and Audrey's going to be 14 in March. So I'm thinking maybe when they get a little bit older, when they're teenagers, both of them are teenagers, maybe we'll have some kind of a ministry together, you know, with them preaching or reaching out to their generation, which is Generation Alpha, and me reaching out to my generation, which is Gen Z generation, or Gen X, or all generations, just all people, just proclaiming the good news through social media, or I don't know, maybe even doing a talk one time at a church or something. I mean, because our story about being unjustly separated 3 times when their mother, moi, has never abused, neglected, or abandoned them, and that's what the Department of Children and Family Services says, that a parent, you know, if a parent abuses, neglects, or abandons their children, they get their children taken away. I'm like the all-American mom, honestly. I mean, I've never spanked my children. I don't yell and scream at them. I treat them with the utmost dignity and respect. We are so close. And so our journey 3 times, you know, it's a little bit different than most children, and